out there in TV land? I'm SG, and today we're decorating a house where every room is inspired by a different Final Fantasy VII character. Are you super excited about Rebirth? I know I am. Let's watch. On the wheel, we've got a lovely selection of Final Fantasy VII heroes and villains from Cloud to Sephiroth, and we're going to spin it and find out who's getting what room. As always, we start with the living room. Alright, there ain't no getting off of this train we're on, or getting out of theming the living room after Barret, so we might as well get this started. Alright, let's get started with a living room based on Barret Wallace. Barret may be the badass leader of Avalanche, but he's also a caring dad, and his backstory is super sad. So I want this room to be like, not cold, I want like a warm kind of feeling. But his colors are mostly black, gray, brown, and green. He wears green pants. Alright, we have a nice stone going on half the room. And we have this fun green pattern on the other side of the room. Haven't mentioned yet that Barret also looks adorable in a sailor suit. Okay, the bar did have a giant TV in the basement, so we gotta not skimp on that. Barret also cares deeply for the planet, so he would try to heat his house without relying on Shinra's horrible Mako energy. I don't think he'd want something this outdated looking though. Barret just gives me industrial loft kit vibes. In typical me fashion, I've decided I hate this wallpaper. Okay, we've tried like every wallpaper and this is where we've landed. I built this giant entertainment center to take up the entire wall. What I'm gonna put in there, we're gonna find out together. Let's get some toys going for Barret's daughter Marlene. Have you ever had the pleasure of dating Barret at Gold Saucer? I have, and the conversation is super awkward. I'm not looking to date your child, Barret. I'm a full-grown man. Well, I'm not. But Cloud is. Of course, we need some cool action figures. Because your daddy's a hero, you need hero toys. Barret is definitely the kind of dad who would hang his daughter's artwork all over the place. And then make everyone stare at it. I feel like Barret would definitely put up something like this. It looks like it's explaining what Mako energy is doing to the planet. Because of Mako energy. What could happen if we stop using Mako energy? Am I right? Barret doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would spend a ton of time decorating. He's got other problems, like fighting the Shinra, saving the planet. That takes a lot of time. Gotta have plenty of seating for your Avalanche meetings. So in the original game, you get down to the Avalanche hideout via pinball table. We don't have that in The Sims. We do have a foosball table, so that's good enough. And this area back here under the stairs is perfect storage for all the stuff you need for taking down Mako reactors. In more wholesome news, this is where you hang a coat. This is the obvious place for the fireplace. What was I even doing before? So that means over here, we can put all our bookshelves full of books about how to save the planet. I need lighting. I told you there was industrial loft vibes in here. Is that too much lighting? I think so. What the heck am I gonna put over here? In case you didn't know, Barret has a gun grafted onto his arm. Yes, he literally had the hand he lost replaced with a gun to fight Shinra. That's dedication. Know what we need over here? More windows. They fill wall space and let in light. And I gotta fill a lot of shelves. That's what books are for. Pretend this is a poster of his hometown of Coral, which Shinra destroyed. Like, they destroyed pretty much every single town on the planet. Barret definitely doesn't need a bullhorn to yell at people, but we'll give him one anyway. Shh, this is where we have our super secret desk where we work on plans and stuff. Alright, Barret Wallace may be anything but basic, but I tried to keep his living room pretty simple. Alright, you come in the door, there's a place to hang your coats and put your shoes on. There's a nice foosball table over there, plenty of book storage, and places to sit down, relax, and have a meeting or watch TV. A cozy fireplace, plenty of space for Marlene to play and learn about how Mako's destroying the planet. And over here under the stairs, we have our supplies and our secret work desk. Shh, don't tell Rufus. Alright, let's get off of this living room we're on and move on to the next room. It's kitchen time! Who wants to roast Chocobo over an open fire? Well, Sephiroth is ready to become one with the kitchen, so let's get building. Okay, full disclosure, I might like Sephiroth a little bit. Okay, so maybe it's a lot. I have a soft spot for a complicated villain. It feels strange that a guy responsible for burning down a town gets a kitchen themed after him, but here we are. So I went with this crisscross kind of floor pattern because Sephiroth has that part of his outfit. And also I wanted to have strong cave vibes here because he does spend a lot of time hanging out in the northern crater. Not the kind of place you would invite guests. Sephiroth's aesthetic is all black and gray and silver. So this is going to be a very monotone kitchen with not a lot of color. There'll be one color, we'll get to it. We feeling like we've had a traumatic childhood yet? Yeah, I mean, Sephiroth's wearing the all black, he's obsessed with getting his hands on the black materia. This is gonna be a super depressing place to toast a Pop-Tart. Speaking of the black materia, let's make a big old island that sort of loosely resembles one. It's a circular-ish shape. Get the idea. It's very important we don't forget this little item right here. Let's do some lighting over the island. Sephiroth was soldier first class, so nothing's too good for him, and this kind of reminds me of like icicles and stalagmites, stalactites. I don't know the difference. One goes from the floor up and one comes from the ceiling down. If you know the difference, please tell me in the comments. I mean, I try to educate, but sometimes I need to be educated. So I mentioned before the one color we'll be putting in here, and that's going to be the color of fire. Don't tell me it's orange. I'm digging these. They look spacey. And Sephiroth does think Genova's his mom, and she did come from space, so, you know. Don't tell me it's a reach. But what am I going to do with this gap? You know what we need? A bar. I mean, the guy wants to become one with the planet. It writes itself. I mean, a lot of people probably wouldn't put, like, full bookcases in their kitchen, but Sephiroth would, because he's always researching where he came from. Gotta have some sweet coffee for when you stay up all night researching where you came from. Now, we can't have a toaster, but we can have a waffle iron. I feel like that's close enough. There's still a lot of space over here, and I feel like Sephiroth's not the kind of guy that's gonna take care of a plant, considering he's willing to destroy an entire planet. He does have a giant sword called the Masamune, so we need some sword stuff. This is a little more Three Musketeers than Japanese inspired, but I'm gonna let it slide. Kinda looks like black materia. These window bars definitely give me I'm going into your mind and I will get what I want energy. Knives are sword-like. This kitchen's functional and depressing. Because can you have too many swords? I mean, probably. But not for our purposes today. Be very careful where you step in this kitchen because you might get stabbed. I decided to add a desk. Because where else are you going to read all those books? In fact, here's some more. Alright, brace yourself and run for the hills. The Sephiroth-themed kitchen is complete, and it's time to take a tour. We'll start with the actual kitchen part. You have plenty of cabinetry to store everything you might need to cook, burn down a town, do all that research on materia. We got our extra-large black materia-inspired island, our bookshelves, plenty of swords for stabbing unsuspecting ladies with, a bar, a desk, and an escape out the back door. What? Who said that? Anyway, let's move on to the next room. Maybe there'll be more color in there, and less chances to get stabbed. The dining room wants its time in the spotlight, so who's gonna be the lucky character? Pry open the coffin and wake up Vincent. Time to give the dining room some real goth vibes. Remember what I said at the end of the last segment about how maybe the next room will be colorful? Well, I hope you like red, black, and sadness, because we'll be drowning in that again. I actually love Vincent as a character. He doesn't say much, but again, I'm a sucker for a sad backstory. At least his claw hand and shoes are gold, so that's something different to work with. I wish there was something coffin-y besides a bed that just does not work in a dining room. I bet whoever moves into this house is happy that he didn't get the bedroom. I mean, Vincent isn't technically a vampire, but you do find him in a coffin, and he turns into different monsters, so bring on the vampire and werewolf stuff. This room's practically gonna build itself. Vincent also has that goth boy energy, so I can't even stray that much from this. It just fits him so well. You do find the love of his life who broke his heart toward the end of the game behind a waterfall, so maybe this is appropriate. We're not gonna put any windows in here to give you the extreme experience of being in a coffin. Even though I wasn't a big fan of his limit break, because once he turns into a monster, there's no controlling him. It's kind of like the Hulk. Vincent always became a permanent member of my party as soon as I got him. Even though getting him is a huge pain in the butt, because I hate that boss. No, we need gargoyles. Because this kind of looks like when Vincent turns into Galleon Beast. This can represent the hand he lost to the claw when Hojo did God knows what to him. And this can represent his long-lost love, Lucretia. Pretend this is a picture of Vincent before he got turned into a monster. He used to be a Turk. This totally looks like materia. Red is summon materia. So let's pretend it's Bahamut. He's my favorite. This can represent the Nibelheim mansion where he sealed himself away. Fun times. It wasn't fun. Alright, seal that Valentine with a kiss and send it on its way, because this dining room is finished. It's pretty small, so there's not much to take a tour of. We have a little hutch over here, some seating, there's a bar in the back, we got some portraits we no longer want to look at, we have some gargoyles that remind us of who we are today, some photos and mementos of things past, and finally the waterfall that maybe might see the love of our life one more time. Alright, I'm sad now. Hopefully the next character's a little more upbeat. Let's get to the wheel. Time to find out who's going to be master of the house with the master bedroom. Well, no surprise there. Cloud is the winner and the protagonist of the game. I hope the bedroom knows it's not actually the kitchen. Let's mosey on into the build. After the last couple of rooms, we're going to say Cloud wears purple. I mean, clearly he wears black and blue and his outfit changes color, right? But there's purple in there. So it's going to be purple in this room. I need some color. And I say that as I make the walls gray. But here's the thing. Cloud's very stoic on the outside, but on the inside, there's warmth and love for his friends in there. Yeah, sure, that sounds good. That was a little too spaceship. This is a little too dark, but we're going in the right direction. I'm having a really hard time finding a bed I like, so we're going to go with this for now, but I reserve the right to change my mind later. The circles kind of remind me of materia. That counts for something. Cloud's blonde, so we get to use yellow. More color! Hooray! Cloud is, of course, the protagonist of Final Fantasy VII. He's a little confused about who he is for most of it. But that's okay. He finds his way. I think we're all a little lost and confused sometimes. Besides, with the help of his friends, and a little Mako poisoning, which he got in a tank. I mean, not similar to this, but you get the idea. Cloud came around, and we love him for it. That's what friends are for. Surely everyone remembers the whole Wall Market side quest. Gotta represent that a little bit. Where's my perfume? Perfect. And we can't forget our makeup. I'm kind of trying to make this corner look a little high-windy, even though Cloud does get motion sick. And we got another sword guy again. Oh, geez, I gotta make a kid's room soon. And I already put toys downstairs, so guys, I'm not entirely sure this house is safe. And Cloud has super spiky hair that might be unsafe all by itself. And let's put a bunch of plants around to remind us how committed we are to saving the planet. I mean, not at first. It took a lot of convincing, but... Oh, I know, we need the snowboards! So technically, what I'm thinking of is skateboards. We're gonna pretend they're snowboards. And I'm super awful at that minigame. I always just, give up and fall down. Too bad I can't think of anything to represent chocobo racing or breeding. I mean, I could put chickens around, but let's not. Just open the door to Cloud's room and a bunch of chickens come flying out. His name is Cloud, come on. I'm legally obligated to do this. Can't forget our sunblock when we go to Costa del Sol. If you know, you know. I'm probably missing something super obvious that I should be using and someone's screaming in the comments, but Cloud's a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm going to wrap up this room and do a quick tour. Okay, here is the finished master bedroom themed after Cloud. So outside on the patio, I'll put a bike because, he rode the motorcycle in that motorcycle minigame. Coming into the room, you got a couple of swords in case Sephiroth's outside. You have some storage, a place to store all your same outfit that you wear every day. Or something fancier if you need to stop by the Honeybee Inn for reasons unknown. You got your snow gear for when you gotta head up to Icicle Inn, and here's our secret office back here. Kept it simple, kinda themed it after the high wind a little bit. Plenty of plants, so we do remember that we're trying to save the planet. And got our trunks for potions and Phoenix Downs, because we're gonna need a lot of Phoenix Downs. That's a wrap on Cloud's bedroom, so let's mosey on over to the next build. The bathroom is next on the list. Which lucky character wants to inspire my toilet choice? Well, there's flowers in store for the bathroom with Aerith as the inspiration, so let's summon the build. Aerith, the last Citra/Ancient, had the only nice house in the slums. It was the only one that didn't look like it was slapped together trash. So we need to make this bathroom look lovely. And pink. Lots of pink. She was also the only one who could get flowers to grow below the plate. So we have to make sure there are plenty of plants to water every time you wash your hands. And make sure you're washing your hands. Ain't nobody want your germs. I'm gonna put some mirrors because we want to make sure someone's not sneaking up behind us with a giant sword. I'm glad Sephiroth's room is, downstairs on a separate floor. Let's get a toilet going. There we go. This looks eco-friendly. This rug will be cute in here. Kinda looks materia-like, including the white materia that sorta saved the day in the game. Here we go. This is reminding me of the church where she was growing the flowers that Cloud almost died in. I think plants would do quite well in this room with all the fertilizer. I don't know why I just said that. I gotta fit in these gorgeous plant paintings. Get out of here, you. Just a few more little clutter objects to give this some livability, and I think we're almost done here. Duh, we need the plant light. And also this adorable flower-themed nightlight. Okay, our Aerith-themed bathroom is ready to save the planet. I can't tell you how many times I said Aerith instead of Eris and vice versa. It's Aerith. Her name is Aerith. It's no longer 1997. Alright, so over here we have our lovely tub, towels, and toilet. Plenty of flowers, plenty of pink, bright. This is not really my aesthetic, but this is still a gorgeous bathroom. I wouldn't be mad if it was in my house. I mean, I wouldn't want to take care of the plants in here, but if someone else is going to do it. Here is the sink area, double sinks in case you had that special someone's over, wink wink. Kept it pretty simple, but I think it's still elegant and warm, just like our girl Aerith. Alright, let's get back to the wheel and see which character is going to be inspiring our next room. Now we come to the second bedroom. I hope whoever the wheel chooses won't give children nightmares. Tifa's ready to kick ass in the second bedroom, which leaves Rufus to take charge of the outside. Let's see how they both turn out. Tifa can kick your butt and do it in a skirt. I'm gonna decorate this room for two kids. A teen who's into working out. That's to honor Tifa and her martial arts prowess. And just a regular, smaller child who's not happy to share with their loud teenage sister. I really want to fit a piano in here because that's how you get her ultimate limit break. Let's get them each a desk. This can be for the younger sibling, and this will be for the older one. Before I do anything else, I need a rug. So much red, black, and white in these rooms. I think I picked red 13. Straight orange room. Forgetting dressers. We could do something a little fancy. Tifa did dress up for Don Corneo. I'm gonna give this something from Horse Ranch because of the Nibelheim flashback where she was dressed up in a cowgirl outfit. Put some lights on the walls of the time she and Cloud met the water tower under that brilliant night sky. Which dresser do you think the orthopedic underwear is in? Hey now, you're all stuff. Game on, go play. Oh, game, why can't I just put it in the middle? Fine, you're gonna make it difficult for me. I'm gonna do something weird. Of course, Tifa runs a bar at the beginning of the game, but we can't put that in this room because she's supposed to be a teen. Better put some better lighting over this piano or no one's ever getting that limit break. Let's punch a hole through the slot for the kids' room that's Tifa themed because it's done. Alright, you come in and there are the bunk beds our kids share. We have a desk for the younger kid over on this side. Lots of fun stuff on the walls. There's a little private hangout down there. And over here we have the workout area for our older teen. And here's the piano with all its festive decorations and more trophies, of course. I think it came out really cute. Alright, last it's time to tackle the outside of the house. As you can see, it's really blank. So let's get started on that. Rufus nonchalantly takes over control of Shinra after his father is murdered. So we have to make sure this house gives off the high-end, sophisticated, and super cold-hearted vibes he deserves. In case it isn't obvious, I'm going for a modern, sleek look for this house. The Shinra company was known for setting a lot of towns on fire, so we need a fireplace to remind us of those terrible times. Rufus enjoys putting on parades for himself, ordering people to be executed. Know what else he loves? Pushing his fabulous hair off his wrinkle-free forehead. Okay, this fence is looking fabulous. I even trimmed the roof with it. I'm building this in Strangerville because Final Fantasy, all that weird stuff. Strangerville felt right. Also, Midgar is a city in the middle of the desert, but it's not a very big lot, and Rufus doesn't scream, let's save the plants to me. He screams more, let's strip the plants of everything we can use and toss our carcasses aside. By the way, how much is this house currently worth? 132,543 simoleons. So it's a pretty pricey house. And we're not done yet. Over here, we'll put something that looks expensive. And we'll surround it with some fancy shrubbery. Care for a drink in front of the fireplace? We can laugh and toast to another 100 million. Before I go too much further, Rufus does have his evil, nasty cat, Dark Nation, so we gotta rep that in some way. Perhaps a food bowl? You know what we need back here? One of those really fancy, like, lap pools that all you can do pretty much is swim laps in. There we go. That looks super pretentious. Oh, sorry, only room for me. But feel free to watch me swim and get me a drink. Sir, I thought the pool was for lap swimming. It's forever I wanted to be Reeve. Now shut up and go take down the pillar in Sector 7 and bring me another margarita. Alright, now that I'm not distracted by a pool anymore, how about somewhere to sit? Well, someone else barbecues, not Rufus. He's not barbecuing. That's why you pay someone to do it. I love a monochromatic look, so I'm loving this right now. Think this is enough seating for the entire Shinra board? I mean, not Palmer. He's not invited. These lights are functional and also flashy. I am digging them. Right, this is a huge stretch of nothing, and also, we have all this space up here. Let's put some more fancy sculptures around. This statue looks absolutely ridiculous, and the perfect thing for your balcony. And here's some stuff we stole from ancient temples, because we're like that and don't care. We store space for a rocket ship, but we just don't have the space. And just like that, at a cost of 186,277 simoleons, our Final Fantasy VII house is done. So in the front, you have some lovely landscaping. You have a cozy seating area in front of the fireplace over here. And then upstairs, you also have a little seating area if you want to come hang out off the balcony here. Going around the backyard, you enter and there's this lovely lap pool, but it's not for you. There's a lovely grill, plenty of seating to relax. You can overlook upstairs to where all the plundered treasures are, but you can't touch. There's some stuff for Dark Nation around the corner in case he wanders by for killing birds in the forest. But mostly just raise your glass and toast to Shinra Inc. and all its success. And I forgot to put terrain paint around the bird bath. Shh. Better late than never. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this and want to check out more of our craziness, please hit subscribe to see what we come up with next. And don't forget to stick around and watch another one of our character building videos. Thanks for watching, and sounds good.